everyone, thanks for clicking on this video. Last night I was watching the Zep Pearl channel, and he was doing a video from Chris from the Rekkid Talk. And Chris was celebrating his 4-year anniversary. Congrats to that anniversary. It's 4 years of filming and editing and uploading and replying to comments, so that's good stuff. And he's doing a 7 questions about 7 inches, so I thought I would jump on this. The first one was a cool picture sleeve, and I sold off some of my 7 inches, but I still have plenty. These are some of my cases here. I have about 8 more cases on the ground, and then I have a big cardboard container full of punk rock 7 inches. Still have plenty to go. But I'm always more interested in ones that have a good picture sleeve than those that are just, you know, blank sleeve. But I gotta go right off the bat, and this is one of my favorite ones. I've shown this before, I believe, on this channel. Sticks Come Sail Away. Look at that cover art. That just screams, what do we look at? 1976. I mean, the UFO and the ship and sailor, that's just beautiful artwork. I don't know the artist on it, but man, oh man, that is some good stuff. What else we got? You know, for simplicity, it's a big word for me, Jesus Lizard. Look at that, old school Mickey Mouse there on a bomb. I just love that. Okay, so those are my ones for cool artwork. Cool company sleeve. So the sleeve that, you know, is advertising the company. I'm going with, you know, of course, Kiss and Mrs. Donna Summer. Rest in peace to her. Casablanca. The little camels, and that's kind of a cool one. I seem to be picking 2 of everything. A lot of people pick this one. This one I'm going to show you here, and I can't argue with them. Universal City Recordings. That's good stuff. This is for Dean Taylor, Loves Your Name. And Dean Taylor, Indiana Wants Me. Indiana, that's probably the best Indiana song ever, right? Indiana Wants Me. But yeah, that's cool swirly stuff. 7 inch for US would be a large hole, or sometimes a small hole. I mean, we got all kinds of holes here in the US. But yeah, this is the Wiz, Ease On Down the Road. I have the actual picture sleeve hanging up on display, but here's, look at that big old hole thing. And of course you had to put your little plastic things in there so it would fit your turntable. Colored 7 inch. This is actually one of the first records I ever got. One of the first 7, it could be probably the first 7 inch I ever got, but I know it's one of the earliest records I ever got, and I just can't sell it, even though it's not one that I play a lot. Well, I must have had Scotch tape. But it's Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers' Change of Heart, with Heartbreakers Beach Party on the flip side there, and it's beautiful red vinyl. Look at that. Beautiful and red. Simple red, but not simply red, but you know, it's good stuff. Tom Petty. Rest in peace, Tom Petty. Man, you know you're getting up there when, like 60% of the artists you listen to are just no longer with us. Parallel Lines, wasn't that a Blondie album? Parallel Lines, I had a hard time trying to find one. This is the first 7 inch, I believe, from Berlin. If I hang it weird, if I hold it weird, kind of parallel lines. Of course, we all know Terry Nunn in Berlin, but this is actually with the original singer. Berlin. And then I seem to be picking 2 of everything. This is just going across my collection. Rush. What is this for Tom Sawyer, right? Tom Sawyer and Rich Hunt. It's got the parallel red lines up on the top. I don't know. It's a stretch, I know, but what can I do? The actual label design, number 6 out of 7. Again, I got 2 because I just... this is Ray Stevens' The Streak. Barnaby Records, I guess, but look at this, man. This is awesome. You can see that. Hopefully it's focusing. It's just really, it's like a 1970s kind of feel. It's got an album that's warped on the tree branches there, and it's just really, really cool looking. 1970 something, I'm assuming. 1974, yeah, so it's just really, really cool. It came in this, I don't know if this is the original sleeve. I know this is a sleeve. I've had it in forever and ever. But it's just cool. And I had to, actually I picked 3 for this one, I guess. And this one I want to brag a little bit. I showed this one in one of my more recent videos. This is Rush promo of Temple of Syrinx 2112. But it's the Marina Towers here in Chicago, along with some other buildings there. And it's promo, so it's like a black... I would say black and white. It's like a blue and white kind of imagery there. Really cool looking. Also, I could not find it, But I remember as a kid looking through 7-inch. I was always this kid that would, you know, if I went to anyone's house and they had albums, I just loved looking at them and holding them and like trying to read as much as I could about. But Buddha records, I'll show an image. Buddha records, that, I don't know if this is the first, because I know they have a few designs that they used inside the sleeves there, but the one with the big Buddha guy, love it, love it. Valuable. I'm going to show 4 for valuable. Sorry, Chris. Chris is like, hey, this is supposed to be an hour-long video. I have 4 examples. Way back in the punk days, I even kept the receipt. This is 9/16/96, so September 16th, 96. From 95 to 98, I did a ton of touring with the band Oblivion I was in, and didn't have a lot of cash. What little we got paid for shows went into fueling the van or went to Taco Bell, but if I could put a little to the side, I would go and buy a 7-inch. And this is one that I bought at the record swap in Champaign, Illinois. Champaign was a college town, great town to play when you're in a punk band. A lot of kids, a lot of fun times. Way into this band, Devo, and I would love to collect all the 7-inches I could find of theirs. And yeah, this is one of them. So this not only is a band that I love, but reminds me of just some great times on the road. And I had a blast, but man, I wish I would have even had more of a blast appreciating just how it is to be in your early 20s, on the road, living out of a van, playing rock and roll, good stuff. This reminds me of even earlier childhood, I guess. For those about the rock, this is for those, Let's Get It Up with Snowballed. This I've acquired just a few years ago, but originally I bought the For Those About the Rock album as a kid, as soon as it came out, from AC/DC, of course. And this will just remind me of those early years when I would go at the flea market just looking for any album, especially stuff from AC/DC. Of course, probably my favorite American band of all time, Cheap Trick. This is newly acquired as well, but Cheap Trick was the first band I saw in '81, so near and dear to me, these bands. Now I was curious to value what's the most valuable 7-inches. I have an early Smashing Pumpkins one. I thought that would be worth more, but this is saying 80 to 100. This is Devo. It came out for a convention, I believe, in 2020, and it's saying, yeah, worth between 80 and 100. It's got Freedom of Choice Live and Girl You Want Live, and yeah, you know, collect it. So there you go. There's 7 questions with more than 7 7-inches. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.